Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. We welcome you to another episode of your inspirational program, Inspirational Africans on Muslim Television Ahmadiyya, where we bring you the stories of Africans blazing the trail in their chosen profession and in their service to God and humanity. Our guest today is an inspirational leader par excellence who has excelled in his chosen profession and his service to humanity. Let's meet our guest.
Our guest today, Alhaji Mufadhil Bankole. He is the founder and chief executive officer of Mapster Project Limited Company. He was born on 26 May 1955 and had his primary and secondary schools at Ilaro, Yewa South, Ogun State, Nigeria. He is a plumbing engineer. He studied plumbing engineering from Yaba College of Technology, Yaba, Lagos State, and City and Gates of London Institute. He also studied project management from the famous University of Lagos, Akoka, Lagos State. From 1982 to 1987, he got employed as a design engineer in SCOA IARD Nigeria Limited, Lagos, where he participated in the design and execution of plumbing and firefighting systems of many projects. After leaving employment in 1987, he established a company, Mapsa Nigeria Limited, which specialized in building services with a partner as executive director, and ran the company till 2013. The company has carried out many projects in all parts of Nigeria, which include Intercontinental Hotel Building, Leadway Assurance Office Complex, Nigerian Law Publication Building, among others. In 2013, he established another company, Mapster Project Limited, of which he is presently the chief executive officer. The company had carried out many projects, both mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineering services in all parts of Nigeria. Mapster Project Limited has participated fully in many projects of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, Nigeria. Alhaji Mufadhil Bankole is an astute businessman, an engineer of long-standing experience in the electrical and mechanical subsector of the construction industry, a member of Chartered Institute of Plumbing and Heating Engineers, with distinguished skills in forecasting, operational leadership, employee management, business management, and planning. He is presently one of the Naibin Amir of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria and chairman of the Nigerian chapter of the International Association of Ahmadi Architects and Engineers.
We welcome you back, dear viewers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sir. Alhaji Engineer Mufadhil Bankole. I had to mention that you're an engineer again because from experience, I know engineers usually love to be addressed by a professional calling. Before we proceed, I know we have a lot to talk about today and a lot to learn from you. I would like to thank you on behalf of the crew of Inspirational Africans for granting us the time and making our time to share your stories with our dear viewers today. We'll give you the opportunity to say short greetings to our esteemed viewers at home.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Where do we start from? I have a whole lot of questions, ringing in my head. But I believe a perfect starting point would be to know where it all began. If you do not mind, sir, we would like you to share a brief introduction about yourself, your background, your education, where it all began, really.
All right. Once again, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Like I've said, my name is Mufadhil Bankole.
Yes, sir.
I'm from Ilaro in Ogun State, Yewa South.
Yes, sir.
My education started, from African primary school, in Ilaro.
Ilaro, okay.
And from there to secondary modern school in Ilaro.
Ilaro. Okay.
Yeah, I grew up from a very, very humble background. Humble background in the sense that after my primary education,
yes, sir,
I couldn't even proceed to secondary school.
Secondary school. Interesting.
And I was sitting, in front of a house, and the school is directly opposite our house.
Oh, I can imagine.
Our headmaster was just going around the school, and he saw me sitting down, and he now shouted, "Bankole, what are you doing at home? Come. And I went to him in the school. I just crossed the road.
Yeah.
And I got there. "What are you doing at home? You didn't go to school?" And I said, "Yes." "Well, my father has no money to send me to secondary school." He said, "Ask your father to see me tomorrow." So when my father came back from farm, I told him. So the following day, both of us went to meet the headmaster. He said, "Baba, you didn't send this boy to school. Why?" My father said the same thing. "I don't have the money to send him to school." He now encouraged my father. He said, "Look, your boy did well. Look at his records. You can't keep him at home. Nobody save money for school. So if you have to borrow money, if you have to sell some things, Baba, go and sell them and send your boy to school." We were that poor.
Awesome.
And my father said, "Mufadhil, tomorrow morning, go and get the form, for secondary modern school." So, and I said, "Okay, I'll wait until another session."
Before you...
So I waited, I obtained the form, and did the exam, did the interview. To pass it wasn't a problem, but it was the money. So, and I got admitted into Anglican Secondary Modern School in Ilaro. I think I can count the number of time I attend class, because I will always be sent away as debtors.
Oh, I was going to ask.
I will always be sent out.
Wow,
because
really?
The headmaster, the principal, we call him, Mr. Fagbon then. They will always call out the debtors, and I'll be one of them.
Wow.
Go and bring money, To the extent that some of us like that, we just found a place, one of our friends' backyard, and turn it to sport field.
It was a football field as normal young Africans, children growing up. Yes.
You just go there and be playing football.
Yes, I can imagine.
So, I was in that school. I struggled. My father struggled. He was paying, in piecemeal.
Yes.
£1 today, £3 tomorrow. And then, alhamdulillah, I finished there. I passed. I got the certificate. So, where else do I go from there? So my brother said, "Well, you know how we manage,
to get through this."
One. So, all right. Then I said, "Okay, I have to leave." So I left Ilaro for Lagos.
Like many young Africans back then, to come and pursue dreams.
The industries were there at that time. The industries were there, except you don't want to work. So I came to Lagos. I got job, in the factories. I'll tell you a story later. You see, when I got job in the factory, during the interview, we did the exam, I came first in that exam. We were so many. So the personnel manager of that company now said, "I want to see this boy." So they now took me to his office. The first time I went there, an office that has air conditioning. So when I entered there, I was shivering. So it was so strange to me, and I was very small. So he now asked me, he introduced me to him. He said, why do you want to work? You should be in school.
Yes.
I said, this question again, I said, well, we don't have money. And that's why, I want to work in the factory. All right. And then he wasn't pleased. He said, I doubt if we are going to employ you. I shed tears. Because I needed the job. So we left there, so I did some other ones, and then I got a job. I was working in the factory and continuing like that. But because what my headmaster in primary school said, that, have to go to school, and I made up my mind.
Yes, sir.
From that time that I will go to school. While working in the factory,
yes, sir,
I had at the back of my mind that I will go to school. So I was working in the factory.
Yes.
Then I enrolled in Commercial Institute.
Commercial Institute.
We called the Commercial Institute then, where,
equivalent of today's university or tertiary institution?
Not at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not at all. Equivalent of secondary school.
Secondary school?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where you can do commercial, subjects.
Okay.
You can also do typewriting and shorthand, there at that time. So I was learning this, I did the exam, I passed it, I have certificates, for typewriting. I had to take 2 or something, Pit Mass, then.
How did you ever go to higher institution?
At that time, no.
Oh.
No. So when I did that, I was still working. Now, and I said, look, I'm not going to stop at this.
Yes.
I have to further more.
Okay.
Right. So I had a brother who, was working in Guinness, Guinness Nigeria Limited. He was working in the revelation department, and I said, my brother, I would like to, study this profession, this revelation and air conditioning. And he said, okay, if you want to learn it, then there is this Tenka College in the Shogbo, where, he graduated from. If I can go there. And I made attempts. I was not admitted there. As God will have it. There was another one in Djibouti, where they did building, services.
Okay.
So I just tried that one on my own, and I made it. And then I said, okay, now I'm going to pursue this one. What do I know? I didn't know anything like plumbing. It was just there, and I said, okay. They said this one is bricklaying, this one is this is that. This. I just picked that one, not that I know anything about it. I just pick it, not July. And, I was there, and I came out very, very well. Yeah. Very, very well. Now, when I came out, the head of the department, Mr. Taiwo, is late now.
Oh, blessed.
He said, Bankole, have you gotten a job? I said, no, sir. He said, okay, you and Yusuf, I've already gotten a job for you. Being the best student, they always, get job for you.
Easily.
Yeah. Oh. So they now got a job for me in the consulting firm. So I joined the consulting firm. While in that consulting firm,
yes, sir,
I enrolled with City and Guilds of London. City and Guilds of London. Yeah. And that is where I began to make progress. I did intermediate, I did advanced, I was making decisions. Then the last one I did, which is full technical certificate. It's a calculation of HND. Okay. So I did it, I excelled, I made it. So after that, and because of my background,
yes, sir,
you have to be working and be doing that, you work and do that, you can do that. So I got some jobs, and the jobs, At that time, you hardly can get a plumbing engineer because I now mastered, design, technology, and design of plumbing system. Yeah, from City and Guilds of London. Yes. That is where I specialized. Yeah. So having attained that, then I started looking for jobs. The advertisement, plumbing engineer is required here, plumbing engineer is required there, so I easily fit into it,
yes.
So sleeping
you explore different opportunities.
Right, so I got those jobs, I got one. Before you know it, the MD of that company is a Briton, Mr. Magawan. He was so nice, and because of my age too, so
yeah, I can imagine you're still quite young there.
I did very well, so from there, I just spent maybe 2 or 3 years there. I got another better offer.
Yeah, so sorry, sir. You seem to excel and move quickly on your job. So I was going to ask, what key factors contribute to your career growth and development, quite rapidly?
Thank you very much. You see, this Jamaat that we belong to, I started associating myself with the Jamaat in 1964. Yeah, 1964.
Wow. Just some years after independence.
1964. Okay. I started, associating with the Jamaat. I was attending the Arabic class, which they call Ilekeu then, And the kind of Islamic organization that my parents belong to is totally different from that of Ahmadiyya. The other organization, there are other things they add to it, which naturally I was against those things. So when I was now going to Ahmadiyya, I now found that everything is just natural. Everything is just prayer. Just pray.
Read your Quran, right pray. At home.
So
right at home with the practice.
So I got used to that. And I've realized now that, look, if you want to do anything in life, you have to rely on God.
On God.
So God has really been my inspiration. I will pray to God. That is what I want to do. I will pray, sincerely. That is what I want to do. Support me.
Yeah,
I remember when I was doing that food technology certificate. I didn't say that I was good. I will pass. If I do, I will pass. No, I was praying tajud. Oh. I learned tajud from Ahmadiyya. So I was praying tajud every night that I want to come out first. I didn't say because I know it, I will pass. No, I was saying I want to come out first in this exam. I was praying fervently.
So in essence, you seek divine help and you put in the hard work by studying hard.
So I was reading.
Yes.
I was reading. I was praying. I was reading. I was praying. I was reading. I was praying. Oh. And God heard my prayer. I had the best results all over Commonwealth countries.
Commonwealth
countries really? Where the exam was taken.
Wow.
So it's not Nigeria. No. And I was given a medal. So going to tell you that, look,
awesome.
Your reliance on God, Allah, with your own effort. You don't leave it that, okay, I've prayed, and then you go and sleep.
Exactly.
Read, and then support it with prayer.
And pray.
The rest, leave it for God.
That's a sure recipe for success. I've learned something already.
Yeah.
Work as hard as you can, and pray as hard as you can. Thank you so much, sir. I know from little experience that I have, I'm not so old, that it's never all roses, it's never all bed of roses in life. Different points in time, you will have to deal with challenges and difficulties. I would like to imagine it's the same for you. Even judging from your humble beginning, that was a challenge which you were able to overcome. But when you started working and building your career, Can you give us examples of how you overcame difficulties during your career journey, sir?
Thank you very much. Challenges, it is just natural that there will be challenges. No matter, even if you were born with silver spoon, you will still face some challenges in life. So there's no doubt that there have been challenges. I remember when I finished my exams and got the certificates, I was to register with Chartered Institute of Plumbing and Heating Engineers. Yeah. So I thought it's something that I will not be able to do. And after my prayers, putting all together my certificates, and forward it to them, expressly, I was registered with Chartered Institute of Building, So, and that is how I become a member of Chartered Institute of Plumbing and Heating Engineers. Now, you see, a kind of challenge I faced, maybe because of my age. I'm very punctual. That's my nature.
Okay.
I am very, very transparent, honest. But you see, this quality of yours is a problem for some people.
I can imagine.
And that will now pose a challenge for you.
There
are several challenges,
I can imagine. Yes, we got the prayers again.
Yeah.
And I picked, your punctuality and your transparency. It all came together to work in your favor. So, sir, how are you able to combine your religious duties and demands, and the demands of your career? And importantly, too, how has the Jamaat program contributed to your personal development and career success?
Oh, thank you very much. Let me start from the last one. How has the Jamaat program contributed to my You see, we have to look at what are the Jamaat programs. We are talking of you attend Jasa Salano, Itima, circuit meeting, and So what do they do there?
Yes.
They teach us how we live, within the community. They teach us there, how to recognize Allah, how to relate with God. So, and once you have this, it helps you in your own career. Because, you are dealing with the public. You've been taught, that you have to be honest. You have to be honest with your clients. Your client gives you money to execute a project. The money is not to be diverted.
For other things.
You need to give service for the money that have been paid to you. You need to provide, quality service that will make the client to be very, very happy. So you can see the two working together.
The relationship.
In relationship.
Exactly.
So I am able to cope with the two because one, I've been in this business for quite a while. I've employed many engineers that work, with me.
Yes, sir.
So I didn't allow my business to affect my relationship with the Jamaat. Because even when I'm outside the office, I have competent and qualified engineers who, run the business, in my absence.
Yes, sir.
I can travel abroad, so the business will continue, to go. So it is important that you give recognition to Allah's support that He has been giving you. So you not say because you are busy, you won't have time for the Jamaat. So that does not come in at all. So I make sure that as much as possible, I contribute in many ways to the Jamaat. In fact, the company itself contributes to the Jamaat. Oh yes, because we involve ourselves in many projects of the Jamaat that we design here, both the mechanical and electrical, of Jamaat projects. Talk of MIU, talk of MITC, talk of many projects, so that we do for the Jamaat.
So you've painted perfectly a symbiotic relationship between yourself, your career, your profession, and your service to go through Jamaat al-Ahmadiyya. That's awesome. You are the CEO, managing director at Mapstar Projects Limited. I'm sure you started from the scratch to what it has become today. That I can imagine is no mean feat. I'm just thinking, what advice do you have for young people who are hoping someday they hope to build something, an organization from the scratch to become a successful, well-known organization?
Well, okay. It's very simple. It's very simple to give an advice. And then the advice is, first of all, you have to recognize God. That's number one.
Yes. Yeah,
For one to recognize Allah, that without Him, there's nothing anyone can do. You hardly can achieve anything without the support of Allah.
Right.
So once that recognition is there,
yes, sir.
that's number one. Number two is you have to be honest. In any chosen career, you have to be honest.
Yes, sir.
Number three, you've got to know the job. You have to be competent. Know the job very, very well. Understand the job very, very well. If you don't understand the job, how will you be able to control the staff? Easily the staff can just, tell you different things. But once you know the job, you will be the one to correct them and direct them the way. So my advice to, the young ones coming up is, number one, Rome was not built in a day, that the general saying. Don't think you want to get there, all of a sudden, So you have to start, gradually and be growing, gradually and be growing. I have the light today. I will not regard myself as a successful businessman. People can form their own opinion. But I just know that they have many projects, to my credit in Nigeria today. So is this CBN? We have worked for CBN, we've done their projects. We have done many hotels. We have worked for Shell, in Abuja. Many high-rise buildings in Lagos here were my projects. So, in fact, at the time, the tallest building in Lagos, which is this
the Net House?
Intercontinental Hotels.
Oh, okay.
Intercontinental Hotels. Yeah. At that time, it was my project, and many, many, many other projects like that. So, at the risk of being immodest, I would say it was by the support of Allah, and then one's full commitment, to through professionalism. Do the job the way it should be done. Don't cut corners. These are the things they have to learn. Don't cut corners. Don't say, okay, because you want to make more money. Instead of using this quality, you want to use a fairly good quality. Why not use the best quality that has been paid for?
Yeah.
So these are the factors. So IEEE, I belong to IEEE. I'm the chairman of IEEE in Nigeria. I'm the Nigerian chapter. And we do handle some projects for IEEE. So we are currently, working on Masuru International, Tenka College in Ilaro, right now. So all these things, it is with the support of Almighty Allah. And, all these are possible because we belong to a Jamaat that has one leader, and that is the Khalifa. So once you have that, as your pillar, one, you will be careful that, no, we don't do this one. Like I said in the beginning, in the Jamaat, there are things that, what they do in other religious sects that you don't do in Ahmadiyya. So you are conscious of all your actions, all your behaviors, you are conscious of it. And that is where, because there is somebody that is the leader, today, which is the Khalifa.
The Khalifa. Thank you so much. I was going to ask your relationship with Khilafa and how that has influenced your career, but you just touched right on it.
No, let me mention my relationship. I've not talked about my relationship. I only told you, that because we have, I will tell you my relationship so that, the young ones, may want to learn from it. It is important for an Ahmadi, right, to connect directly with the Huzur. Very, very important. And how do you connect directly with Huzur? Very simple. Number one, this is my own style. Ensure that in all your prayers, you pray for His holiness. Don't miss it out. Pray for His holiness. Number two,
yes,
obey the instructions of His holiness. You don't query the Khalifa. Huzur, pray for every member of this Jamaat every day. And because I also pray for Huzur, we have connected. Huzur will pray his tajud, I will pray my tajud. I remember Huzur in my prayer, he remembers me in his prayer. We have automatically connected. Spiritually, we are connected. All the prayers that Huzur will pray for his members, I am benefiting from it. And that is why, it is easier for me to now say that, look, any project of the Jamaat, I must create time for it. Yes. So that is my relationship with, the Khalifa.
Awesome, sir. There we have it. Connect with His holiness.
Yeah.
Pray for His holiness, just as He is also praying for you always.
And then obedience.
And obedience.
Very, very important.
Very important.
Obedience.
Very important. In conclusion, sir, what advice do you have for parents on guiding their words and nurturing their talents and serving God and humanity through Nizami Jamaat?
It's very simple. Very, very simple. Number one, parents should teach their words, their children, how to recognize God. That is very, very, I always repeat it. That is the first thing to teach the parents, the children. Recognize God. Let them know that without God, there's nothing one can achieve in life. So teach the children that, look, you cannot make it in one day. It's a gradual process. So now, if you now look at the two, the first one, recognizing God. How to recognize God? Because you belong to a Jamaat, you want to be, functioning, very well in that Jamaat. Attend all the programs. If you are not far, allow your child, to attend that far programs. Allow your grown boys or girls to attend other programs there. By that, they get used to the Jamaat. They know the do's and don'ts of the Jamaat. This will help them, when they are choosing their career. Because when you now know that, look, in choosing my career, I need to pray to God for guidance. And if you don't know how to pray, how do you now pray to God? And you can only know how to pray, by, associating with the Jamaat. Interact with the Jamaat, your age group, So these are the ways by which, one can help the children, in choosing. In the idea of, look, you have to study so, you have to study that. It is Allah that knows, what is going to benefit you. It is not to me. So I can only encourage my child to pray to God for guidance. And God will just direct. Even it could be something that he did not even like at all. He will now end up, doing and be successful.
We've learned a whole lot from you today, sir. I can't help but say a huge Jazakallah khairan, sir, for your time, for welcoming us and sharing your inspirational stories with us. And I'm sure our wonderful viewers have learned a whole lot from the story of our father today. There we have it. Recognize God, have a symbiotic relationship with the Jamaat, and connect with His holiness. For me, Those are the three key things I picked from our interaction with our amiable father today. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the program, and we look forward to having you in the nearest future. For comments, questions, and feedback, please connect with us on africa@mta.tv. Jazakallah khairan, sir. We appreciate your time and for welcoming us. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.